Did you know you can create aliases for commands that you use often? I have this command that I always use, SSH into some servers, CD into some folder, or trying to figure out file sizes, right? Those are commands that I use all the time. So I create an alias for them, which is basically a nickname for the entire command. So I just have to type in the nickname, the alias, so the whole command gets executed. Here are some examples and I'll show you how I actually create those. For example, I'm working on this project and I have to go to this folder every day, or I'm working on this project and I have to go to that folder every day. So, and I'm tired of doing CD here, CD there, just get to all the way there. So what I do, I create an alias. I call it QA live. When I type QA live, this entire command actually happens. That's an example. This is another example. This is a command right here to list out all my files and folders, their sizes in human readable format. If you're using the terminal, you know that's not fun all the time. And I don't want to remember this command all the time, so I just create an alias. I call it size all. That's just a name that you come up with, any name that's easy for you to remember. So if I just type size all in a terminal, then it would execute this command. Here's more examples. I have a bunch of aliases. So I have a bunch of servers that I connect to all the time. If the server has a name, if I have a DNS set up, then that's easy. But a lot of times I just have the IP address. So I would have to go to my notes and look at the IP address. But what do? I have my SSH command here. I'll just give it a name. So those are droplets. Those are like servers I rent from DigitalOcean and they call them droplets. So I just say my droplet 1, my droplet 2, my droplet for the bootcamp store, my droplet for my social site, right? So I give it a name in the command, the SSH command. So whenever I want SSH into this machine, all I have to do is just type this name. So that is an alias. Whatever command you have, you give it an alias and you just type that name or that alias and the whole command happens. Even when you run a script, if you run a script all the time, you can just save that command. So how do you do that? In your homepage, if you are on Mac, on Linux, in your homepage, just go CD. If you do ls-la, there are a bunch of hidden files, right? So there is, I'm using Z shell. So there is Z profile and there is Z shell RC. I can add that alias in any of this, in Z profile or Z shell RC. If you're on Linux, then you look for bash RC or bash profile, right? Depending on what shell you're running. So you just open one of those. Let me open it like that. And all you have to do is alias, right? This is, for example, an alias. This is commented out, but an alias for git status. All I have to do is type GS and I get git status. So alias name equals the actual command within single quotes. That's all you have to do. Then you save it and either you source it, you can do source.zshellrc, or you just open a new terminal and all the commands will work.